What am I going to talk about today? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to talk about today. It's a bit of a shock, but it's okay in the grand scheme of things. It's not so bad. But I want to talk about security and relate it to a recent event, a recent unfortunate event. So I had a break-in. Now, as many of you know, in a previous life, kind of semi-retired now, but I was an antiques dealer, and like you can imagine, antiques dealers have stuff all over the place. And in this particular case, I have a garage, storage unit, if you like, but it is several miles from my house, and it isn't controlled by any alarm system or CCTV. It is just in another town. It's actually in another town where I used to live, and then I moved, and I think I've had this garage for about 15 years, maybe more. Anyway, so I've never had any trouble, but for the very first time, a few days ago, it was broken into. I had a few things stolen. It's just, it's the cost of doing business, frankly. These things happen from time to time. Banks get robbed, people get mugged in the street, people have their houses broken into or their cars stolen. It is what it is. Anyway, so notwithstanding what has been stolen, it prompted me to do something, because this was the dilemma I had. Now, I'm insured, but my insurance company would no doubt want a list of things that have been stolen, and the problem is I can't prove the ownership of some things that I've had for 20 or 25 years. I don't really have any photographs, and I certainly, and this is crucial to this video, I do not have an inventory. Now, let me ask you something. It's a rhetorical question, but think about this. If you had a burglary, whether it's a garage or a storage unit or your house or your car, maybe not so much the car, because generally people know what they've got in their car, but in terms of the contents of a garage or a lockup or a house, how many people have a complete inventory of things they have in the kitchen, in their living room, in their bedroom, in their garage? Well, I certainly don't. Maybe other people do, but I certainly don't. And so, given the fact that this is very much doing something after the horse has bolted, I have decided to, in the fullness of time, create an inventory of stuff. And it doesn't have to be an exhaustive list, but it would probably fit inside one filofax. And so, going through my I don't even have an inventory of my filofaxes, let alone an inventory of other stuff. But I thought a filofax Lyndhurst, which is crucially a zipped personal sized filofax, would do the job. Why a zipped one? Well, because, for instance, if you do have a burglary, they're probably not going to steal your filofax, but it might be trash, there might be maybe a fire, maybe you're carrying it after you've had a fire and you drop it, or it just allows you to keep not only pages and pages of inventory, but also if you have things like insurance certificates or useful bits of paper, that you could effectively have one filofax, which is like you put in your grab bag or your bug out bag, as it were. Although that's not really a good idea, because a bug out bag will attract attention if you have a burglary. But crucially, I think I need to have some sort of inventory. And as we are all filofax fans, other makes are of course available. I thought I would create an inventory of things I own. Not necessarily knives and forks, but you get the picture. Things that an insurance company might want a list of if you are unfortunate to suffer a burglary or a fire. In this case, I had a burglary, I had a few things stolen. To be honest, I haven't really gone through everything to see what they have taken, because what they did, there was so much stuff in there. Whoever did it they got a carpet from somewhere and put it over my trailer, which is in the garage, full of stuff, and some of it is like uncomfortable to walk on. So they did what people have done in wartime, climbing over barbed wire entanglements, barbed wire defences. They put canvas or something, some sort of fabric, or in this case a carpet over the lumpy and bumpy and spiky stuff, so they could get to the back and have a good look round, presumably with torches, to see what they could steal. So it was a selective, it was like a boutique theft, if you like, self-selection, and do not click and collect and do not pay on the way out. So I have yet to have a look at stuff, but I have decided to create. I mean, I may use this and then change to another one, because this I was intending, because this Lyndhurst is in mint condition, so, and it's boxed, so it might end up as an eBay auction in the run up to Christmas, which I'm inclined to do, because I am a filofax dealer of sorts, even though I'm kind of semi-retired. But the good news is I don't keep any of my filofaxes in my garage, so all my filofaxes are present and correct, so that's a really good thing. And also, crucially, it would have been very unfortunate had I had several of these filofaxes for sale and then they were stolen, and then I would have to alert the bidders that unfortunately that I'm cancelling the sale because the item is stolen. So it's not a good position to be in. So luckily I'm not in that position. So okay, this sun is so bright that I should have I should use my umbrella as a sunshade. Actually, I am going to do that, because it's just because I'm shooting this late in the day. There we go, that's better. That is a lot better. So I can see myself I can see myself on the screen, as it were. Any other business? Well, as you've probably seen, let me just brush that off the lens. I am doing rather more videos in October than I did in September. I was on holiday in September, and then I had a few other things to do. So I'm trying to make up for lost time, as it were. I've been over the last week, I've been producing a video every other day. I just want to get ahead of the game, because I have this stated intent, which I talked about back in March or April, that my aim was to produce 50 videos on YouTube over the forthcoming 12 months, and a similar number for my Patreon supporters, and I'm behind on both, so I'm trying to make up for lost time. But anyway, you'll see quite a few more videos in the coming months in the run up to Christmas. One thing I'm very keen on doing is, if you'll forgive me for the length of the video, and I'm rambling now, but one thing I'm very, very keen on doing is I have been doing a lot of unwrapping videos, unboxing videos, if you like, but I'm trying to, and that will continue, because I am buying filofaxes and I'm selling filofaxes, but one of the main reasons I do that is because I'm effectively using, I'm buying and selling, effectively borrowing filofaxes from the open market, and so that I can review them and then return them to the market. But one of the things that I'm keen on doing, and it's something that many people have asked for, are my thoughts on the more esoteric subjects that are filofax related, and this is one of them. Paper-based productivity will be something I'm very keen on chatting about and passing my thoughts on, for what they're worth. So it is evolving, and right now I'm feeling well enough to do as many as possible. And as you'll notice, I originally had a plan to my original plan was to just get ahead of the game, as it were, and then have release videos once a week or whatever. But as you've seen, I've decided to just get them out there. I mean, it's an ongoing situation. What I tend to do is, as you probably know, as soon as I make a video, I share it with my Patreon supporters immediately, and then they will appear in due course on YouTube a few days later. But I'm not holding back. I am getting my videos out there as quickly as possible. So we are there. So what I'd like to say is thank you very much for watching, and I'll have another video for you very soon. Bye for now.